Hey, this is Matt. Welcome to Unbearable 73. In this episode, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, Season 1, Episode 5. As always, I'll do a fuller review of the whole season at the end, and we'll just try to get a 5 or 10 minute episode of my thoughts. So up front, I was, again, back into the annoyed stage of this episode, So, Episode 1, annoyed, too much human crap. Episode 2 was the best episode by far of the series. Episode 3, second best, a little more human crap. Episode 4, human crap, not so good, right? This episode, let's give you the negatives, right, up front. There's no past storyline. One of the nice structures of the first 3 episodes was the interplay between the past and future storylines that sort of gave you a break. They knew they didn't spend too much time either set of characters do, so they understood, they were able to tell a story of what they were doing and experiencing rather than giving us useless melodrama. Okay. Another thing is, to be honest, at this point the storyline in the past is still better than the one in the future. The second mistake they made is very minimal Kurt Russell. The dude has on-screen charisma, and he literally carried the storyline of the future time period in his scenes, right? And in this episode, basically being, I don't even think he has one whole minute of screen time. Okay, now I understand you want to have the kids do the quest because they, so you could, you need a way. You need a way. See, there's 2 ways basically to explain something to the audience. You can engage in what's called non-contextual character exposition, with no exposition, with for no reason at all. The character just spontaneously starts talking almost direct to the audience and explaining stuff that like why are they talking about all of that? Like, not just one sentence, but why is the character giving a 10-minute monologue on the history of Godzilla or an example? If you watch Rings of Prime, the show is filled with non-contextual character exposition, where for no apparent reason the character will just explain lore. Like, out of nowhere, oh, that's Feanor's hammers, and here's the history of the Feanor and the Silmarils. But the other character would know most of that, and also why would they talk? Why would they talk about that sort of thing? Or the opening to the series was 17 minutes of Galadriel just talking to the audience. So the opposite of that is show don't tell, right? So to do show don't tell doesn't necessarily mean show the actions, but you have to have the characters either show you the story or tell you the story in context, right? So to do that here, since Kurt Russell knows everything, so to speak, separating him from the kids would allow them to do the show don't tell, and also find things out from and the audience can find out with them, right? So that's a kind of a good structure they went for in that, right? Although they should have given Kurt Russell more screen time in another capacity. But then when they get the kids alone, right? Instead of having them explore the mystery of Monarch, explore the kaiju, and all that, we get flashbacks to their relationships. Who cares? We get flashbacks to the cool flashback was to when the daughter turned out she's a teacher or assistant teacher on G Day, and she was involved, and they were giving you flashbacks of what happened to her on that day. That's kind of cool. Now, and here's another clue. I want to give you a positive. Okay, a lot of us who are anti-woke, and we'll call it anti-woke, have come down with woke derangement syndrome. Okay, where you interpret every single thing now as being woke. So this female character is a lesbian. Nothing wrong with that. You know why? She's a brand new female character, right? Brand new. Therefore, we can establish a new character, give her that preference, and go forward with it. That we didn't change an existing character, that would have been woke. We didn't lecture the audience. She was just in the relationship with her female companion, and it was a flashback to why she was traumatized by G-Day. That kind of flashback was good, okay? However, when we get characters near I believe the end of the episode, if I remember the sequence correctly, okay? Matter of fact, I'm going to kind of flash through it where you guys can't see because I want to get copyrighted. Copyright. Make sure that, yeah. Yeah. So at the end of the episode, we have these characters going through soap opera relationship dynamics, wasting screen time. And I'll be honest with you, okay? Most people don't care, okay? Like they're not watching this to watch a soap opera. They're watching this to watch the mystery of Monarch and stuff about kaiju, okay? Now, you could have had like they could have done a backstory. How did the girl's mom become a person who is paid to go into the zone and rescue people's possessions? That might have been an interesting little 2-minute backstory. Put that in there instead of you know the relationship stuff they filled at the end. You know, so that's another annoyance with the episode, right? But again, this is a positive thing with this brand new female character. This is not. They didn't. She's not. There's nothing woke here. She's happened to have a girlfriend, and they moved on with it. They didn't lecture you about it. They didn't say this relationship was better than the other. So far they've done a good job of having the male and female characters be balanced in this show. The male characters act like the male character, like males, and females act like females, and so forth. Again, the show's been pretty good in that regard, which is surprising because it's on Apple. But okay, so that's kind of meandering around a little bit. So, what again? My major criticisms I reiterated were lack of the past storyline, lack of Kurt Russell, and the melodrama stuff, soap opera aspects. Now, so also, if there's no, you gotta make an effort in this show, a show like this, to have monsters. Like, you know what I mean? Even if it's for short clips, right? So they're flashing back to D-Day. It would have been a neat little tie-in if they showed her in a different angle with that bus scene with the kids, where she was on the bus and she saw Godzilla too. That would have been a cool little retcon. Just 30 seconds of that, and they could have had Godzilla on the screen. It could have reused some footage, so they would have saved some money. Or they could have had different how leading a bunch of school kids, in a different bus, and Godzilla comes in and walks over. There's you got to see kaiju in this. There should be kaiju doing something in every episode of this show. That's another complaint. Okay, otherwise, and the last thing. So just talk about the mystery itself. You see two images on my screen, right? One is the image that they found. Like the mystery of this episode was finding that image, and it reminded me of the maps from Godzilla 2019, Godzilla King of the Monsters. And I don't have the best picture of it. I know there's probably a better angle on it somewhere in the movie. But I screen capped that one because the patterns on the map appear to be loosely related to the patterns on Monarch's map with Godzilla's tracking. So what I'm saying is, I think what's going on here is that they're going to find maybe some of the monsters that we'll see in 2019. Because this is supposed to take between 2014 and 2019. So maybe somewhere in that range, right? So maybe the goal of Monarch Legacy of Monsters is to lead into Monarch in 2019. And so I actually thought that what the kids combined their abilities, they found the map, and the kid's an artist, and he explained how to superimpose one image on another very quickly. I was a show don't tell. I liked that part. I liked how it ended. I don't spoil it, but I'm doing my comments a week later, so whatever. And again, there's a lot to like in this episode. This is probably the second best episode. No, it is the It is the third best episode because the second episode was great, and the third episode was good. And this had they got rid of some of the flaws and put more Kurt Russell, get rid of the melodrama, this could have been as good as the second episode. Because there was a lot of the pacing was much better than the previous two. Don't confuse something being action-packed like the 2 episodes ago when they were running from the monster as being high-paced. That's kind of like how people confuse jump scares with like horror, Anyway, anything else to comment? Let me give a quick flash through of the movie, of the episode. Yeah, I think that's pretty much my commentary. They need to give the female Monarch agent, who's the main, the partner of the male dude, they need to give her more of a personality. She comes across as like some Matrix agent reject. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So my name is Matt. This has been Unbearable 73, commenting on Godzilla, on Monarch Legacy of Monsters, episode 5. If you like it, give me a like. If not, give me a dislike. Share this out, please. I'm hitting some good channel growth, guys. So thanks to you all. I went from like 80 to 90 subs in less than a month. And people liking some of my videos, obviously. So share it. Comment down below. I will see you on my next video in a couple days or hours. Who knows? Thank you. Have a nice day.